Imagine building a life with someone, only to find out they handed your heart to the very person who once betrayed them. Today's story comes from a husband who thought he had a stable future, until one night changed everything. Was he right to walk away? Or did he give up too fast? Hello everyone, my name is Ryan, and I will be your narrator for our story today. It was submitted by one of our listeners, and if you haven't followed us already, please click that follow, and subscribe buttons below. It really helps our channel grow and allows us to bring more of your favorite stories to you. Now, let us begin. My name is Tim. I'm 25. My wife, Annie, is also 25. We met in our third year of university. And I'll be honest, I wasn't looking for anything serious. I was focused on surviving my classes, my part-time job, and keeping my GPA from dropping off a cliff. But Annie, she had this presence. This energy that didn't just fill a room, it took over the room. She was the type of person who could turn a quiet evening into an adventure. Someone who could pull strangers into a dance circle. Someone who could make a boring night feel like the climax of a movie. And somehow, she set her sights on me. Everyone knew Annie was a party girl. It wasn't a secret. It was practically part of her identity. Late nights. Loud music. Neon lights reflecting off the pavement at 2 a.m. Themed outfits for every event. Spontaneous road trips with friends. And honestly, I didn't mind. I was young. She was fun. We laughed constantly. We made memories that felt like they would last forever. For a while, her energy was contagious. She could smile and the whole world seemed lighter. After 2 years of dating, we graduated. And graduating changes you. It makes you think more seriously about the future. Your career. Your stability. Your long-term plans. We talked about it all. Where we would live. What we wanted. What kind of life we imagined. And I truly believed we were on the same page. So we got married after a year. I honestly thought we were stepping into adulthood side by side. Ready to face life together. But slowly, quietly, without me noticing it at first, the week began to fade. After graduation, I found a stable job. Nothing glamorous, but reliable. A chance to grow. A chance to build something secure. Annie didn't follow the same path. She drifted between temporary jobs. Retail. Reception. Office assistant. Event helper. A few months here, a few months there. Each time, she said she wasn't figuring things out. Each time, she said she wasn't ready to settle. And each time, I tried to be patient. I told myself she needed time. I told myself she would find her direction eventually. But the partying never slowed down. Not even a little. Weekends were sacred to her. Fridays were dedicated to girls' nights. Saturdays turned into after parties. Sometimes the nights blurred together so much that I couldn't keep track of where she was. Or who she was with. I wasn't trying to control her. I just hoped she'd start to transition into the next stage of life. The way most people do. Meanwhile, I was paying for practically everything. Rent. Groceries. Utilities. Insurance. The car. Most of our living expenses. She helped with small things occasionally. But most of her paychecks disappeared into her social life. Her parents didn't see any issue with it. She's their only child. And they've always protected her from consequences. Some of my friends warned me this dynamic could cause trouble. They said I was taking on too much. That I was carrying both our responsibilities. But I told myself love could overcome differences. I told myself marriage meant supporting each other. I told myself she would grow. Then, 4 months ago, Annie came home excited. She said she ran into her ex, Nate. I knew about him. Everyone in her old friend group knew about him. The fun guy. The social media highlight reel. The gym lifestyle. The guy whose biggest achievement seemed to be taking good selfies and being born with a golden spoon. He also cheated on her in their first year of university. While drunk. And she was devastated back then. So when she told me she ran into him, I felt uneasy. But she reassured me. She said it was harmless. She said it meant nothing emotionally. I tried to trust her. I really did. 2 months later, everything shattered. It was a Saturday evening. I was at home finishing some work for my job. Annie was out with her friends, or at least, that's what she told me. Then I got a call. From Josh, the boyfriend of one of Annie's party friends. I knew him, but we weren't close. We didn't talk unless we happened to be in the same room. So when he called me out of nowhere, I felt my stomach drop. He sounded uneasy. Like he wasn't sure he should say anything. Like he wished someone else would do it. After a long, shaky pause, he told me what he overheard. He said Annie wasn't just out with the girls last week. She saw Nate again. And not just ran into him. They drank together. They danced together. And according to what Josh heard, they didn't keep things innocent. He said they were holding each other on the dance floor. Too close. Too familiar. Too comfortable. He said Annie seemed happy. Excited. Drawn to him in a way she hadn't been drawn to me in a while. And then, the part that made my chest tighten. He said Annie went home with Nate. I remember freezing. My whole body went cold. I tried to deny it, mentally, emotionally, but deep down, I knew. Because something in her behavior lately felt off. The late nights. The vague explanations. The sudden defensiveness. The constant checking of her phone. The emotional distance creeping in between us. And the worst part? She came home that night, acting completely normal. She kissed me. Said she had fun with just the girls. And went to bed like nothing happened. I felt sick replaying that moment in my mind. That kiss. That lie. That betrayal wrapped in a casual goodnight. The next day, I confronted her. At first, she denied everything. She said people were lying. She said I didn't trust her. She said I was believing rumors. She turned it back on me like I was creating drama out of nothing. She cried. She yelled. She claimed innocence. But the moment I said I would call her friends, everything changed. She froze. Her expression cracked. And then she broke down completely. She admitted it. She said she was drunk. She said she made a mistake. She said she didn't intend for anything to happen. But that the moment felt strong. And she didn't walk away. I didn't yell. I didn't throw things. I didn't say anything cruel. I just felt empty. I packed a bag. And left. I checked into a motel because the apartment no longer felt like mine. It felt contaminated. Like the walls had absorbed the lie she fed me that night. A week later, after thinking through every detail of our relationship, I told her I wanted a divorce. Since then, she's been trying everything. Begging. Crying. Apologizing. Promising counseling. Promising change. She told me she still loves me. That I am the only one she truly loves. That she never meant to hurt me. That she felt safe with me. That she relied on me. That I was her stability. Her comfort. Her protector. She painted our marriage like a warm blanket she didn't want to let go of. But she never seemed to appreciate it when she had it. Her parents got involved too. They said I was overreacting. They said one mistake shouldn't end a marriage. They said every couple goes through tough moments. They said I should give her another chance. But all their words felt like pressure. Like guilt. Like they saw me not as a partner, but as a caretaker. And somehow, despite everything she did, they made me feel like I was the one breaking something perfect. Like I was the one destroying our marriage. Now I'm stuck with questions that don't have easy answers. How do you rebuild trust? When the foundation wasn't just cracked, it was shattered. How do you move forward with someone who betrayed the security you worked so hard to give them? How do you pretend things are fine when your heart still feels bruised? So here I am, asking strangers on the internet what nobody in my real life will say honestly. Am I the bad guy for wanting a divorce after my wife cheated? Even if she calls it a mistake? Even if she insists she still loves me? Even if everyone around me says I should stay? If you were in my shoes, would you rebuild something broken? Or would you walk away? The same way I did? And that's the story. A marriage built over years. Shaken in a single night. Some say a mistake is just a mistake. Others say trust, once broken, never fully returns. If this happened to you, would you choose forgiveness? Or would you choose peace? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe for more. This is Ryan checking out. Thanks for listening. And I'll see you in the next one.